A lot of people in their 20s, they love to talk about side hustles. They love to talk about passive income. We're only talking about my side hustle, the good, the bad, the unknown. Top 4 things I learned about my side business. Let's go. Be uncomfortable. For me, right now, my side hustle is a vending machine business. Let me tell you, it is not as simple as people glamorize it on social media. Yes, it can be profitable. Yes, you should treat it like any other business. It is something that takes some time, but also I believe is a great way to make income and start with low amounts of income compared to a lot of other businesses. Now, I know what a lot of people are thinking. You got into vending machine businesses because of TikTok, and you would be wrong. The reason I got into the vending machine business is not because of TikTok, it is because of taxes. I paid my fair share in taxes the last few years, and let me tell you, this last year was painful. Last few years, you know, it's been okay, whatever. But this most recent year, and this isn't to knock my CPA, they waited until last minute. And when I mean last minute, I mean like day of. I thought I was pretty good, solid on taxes. I paid up front for a solid amount of money, like thousands of dollars, and I thought I was good. I'm like, you know what? This is gonna cover a solid amount. I was wrong. I had to pay even more money. I had to pay a few extra thousands of dollars more than I thought I was gonna need to pay. And keep in mind, at this point, I already set money to go into this year's taxes. So I was not really thinking that I gotta pay more. I was like, okay, you know, I'm just gonna stay ahead. It works. It does not work. This is the reason I started a side business. It is not just for the hype of having a vending machine business. No, if you've seen my videos before, I love the stock market. I think the stock market is great. It's a great foundation to get things started. You can level out your playing field, get this working for you. It builds your ground up. But something you need that stocks really don't give you much at all, unless maybe dividends, is cash flow. I've said this before, cash flow is king. Stocks, they grow in the background, but how do you grow your money? How do you know, you're still gonna be paying taxes. Like if I'm working for somebody, if I'm doing something and I'm not writing things off to make me more money, it's just going to taxes. And that's money that could be set aside to make me even more money. A lot of companies do this. I'm not saying just go write everything off. This isn't financial advice, by the way. I'm just saying have some money, set it aside, you know, a little bit for taxes, and use the money to keep on growing your assets. Let's get into this. Be uncomfortable. Let's go. Number 1, location matters. Now, I'm talking about vending machines when I say this, but this can go for almost any business. If nobody knows where your location is, if you don't have any advertisement, dude, nobody knows where you're at, you know? And for vending machine businesses, if nobody knows where the business you have it set up at is, you know, you're not gonna get much money. And that's exactly what I learned with my first vending machine. I've been making a solid amount of money for my first month, so I can't really bash it. The location is new. And I think that's smart for your first vending machine, is to get a solid location. You might not get the prime location you want, but just getting started and, you know, just getting a location is good. But you're gonna be right here or maybe a little bit negative your first month, unless you get a pretty solid vending machine location. I'm pretty much right here. I might be a solid amount negative, but I feel like I'm like right here. The reason is not because I'm not selling enough, it's because the hidden fees with my AI vending machine. Right now, it's $41 a month, which isn't bad. Like if I'm making a few $100s, that's not much at all. But right now I am not making a few $100s. You know, it's a new location. You know, I believe it will start growing a solid amount, but I don't think it's a prime location. I've seen people have better locations, and I believe that I need to grow in other bigger locations. Before I advertised myself online to get a location, I used business cards. Let me tell you, I don't think a single person has called me ever since I've given out, like, I think at least 50 business cards. Advertisement, my business came from online. You could sell your business so much online than you ever could just giving people little cards. And for me, I kind of realized this early on. I thank God for that, because you know, the vending machine location I have now is solid. It isn't great, like it's not like doing astronomical numbers, but it's not like making no money. So I would say it's kind of roughly in the middle. I wouldn't say it's a horrible location. Like at least it's consistent. But that's what I'm gonna get to, because these are my numbers right now. And I am not gonna lie, I think I feel like I'm flatlining almost. It's like, I wouldn't say I'm doing bad because I'm selling products, but I didn't really think that I would have to pay extra solid amount of money, like $41 a month for their service, which I guess makes sense. I can't really blame them because if you're making a lot of money, you know, just selling items, the $41 isn't really gonna matter. But it matters early on. A lot of people, you know, they get stuck in that flatlining. And that's where I'm at right now. And that's what I'm gonna say is the biggest things I've learned is location matters, but also the way you go about it matters, because the way I got locations was not by selling a card. It was actually by finding people online and them just needing a service. Really, that was it. It wasn't me going person to person asking people. They came to me. They saw an advertisement and they're like, oh, I need this, I want this. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people that say they want it, but then they're like, oh, never mind. But, you know, there's people that actually want it and need it, and it actually happens. I can't say the same thing for the business cards that I have, because I don't think I've gotten a single customer from a business card. So if you want to find a location, use your tools, use your assets that you already have. Now, I'm grateful that I didn't go through this, but before you buy a vending machine, make sure you have a location secured. Some people out there that I've heard that they buy a vending machine and then something falls through. You know, that actually happened to me almost. That somebody just canceled on me. It was like, you know, I actually got a vending machine license, which you don't need a vending machine license depending on where you're at. In my state, you don't need one unless you're selling food that, you know, like sandwiches that, you know, expire within like a few days. You know, obviously you're gonna need to have somebody inspect it and all that. For me, I didn't, but I got one anyways because they were wanting sandwiches, and then at last minute they're like, nah, we don't need you because, you know, we feel bad, we don't have enough people here, which is understandable. But I still wasted like $200, $250 for a license that basically does nothing for me. Giving your machine 3 months at your location. Location matters, but also the timing matters, because if you just have it there for 1 month and you're like right now, I would be like, oh, you know, it's pretty bad. Like, it's not doing as good as I thought it would be, and just sell out. Well, you just sold out in the next 2 months that people who've already bought from your machine are now just gonna be like, where to go? Number 2, your time matters. See, a lot of people, they'll get really invested in their side business, and I've realized this when getting my side business that I was like spending a lot of time trying to perfect it. Side business is a side business, and when you first start, it is almost like your 9 to 5 because you're trying to get it started, and that's okay. But eventually it should become what it is, a side business. It shouldn't be something that you're just going every day, stocking up. You should be able to do what you need to do and then have it work for you on the side. It is not supposed to be something you spend hours and hours and hours going over. Like for me, I realized if I just go there once a week, stock up, that's it. As soon as you make your side business your main business, you stop losing track of what you actually want to accomplish. With a side business, yeah, I want to grow a side business, but I also want to grow my main focus, what I'm mainly focused on. Your side business, at least from my perspective, is supposed to give me passive income. It's supposed to give me some money, not necessarily passive, but it's supposed to give me some cash flow to really help offset taxes, and not just taxes, but your time too, because the whole reason I really want to have assets working for me is to free up my time. If you're spending all your time working for income, you're getting taxed a lot. It don't matter if you make $500,000, $600,000 a year. If you don't have any assets working for you, half of that's going to the IRS and another half is going to something else. Invest in your assets. That leads me to the third thing. Where you place your money really matters.
Because I'm all out of money!
Especially if your budget is really like tight, it really matters where you're placing your money. For a side business, treat it as such. Invest a little bit of money into it, see what happens. And if you want to do a second vending machine and your money allows you to, do it. And that's what I believe that I eventually am gonna do, is I want to grow the side business. But you don't want to over leverage, especially if you see my other video right here. Over leveraging, scaling your business too fast, I believe is one of the biggest reasons businesses fail. It doesn't matter how good you are. If you overscale, you don't know what's going to happen. You know, if you have no data to back it up, it can just go like that. And depending how you're taxed, if you have a W-9, 1099, if you're a W-2, you know, it's a little bit different because you're already taxed up front. but just set some money aside for what you want to do. Have some money going to the side business, have some money going to the main business, but don't over leverage all your money into the side business because it's something you're just doing. Make sure that you're still investing in stocks, make sure you're still investing in yourself. You know, if you go full on your side business, like I said, it's no longer a side business, it is a main business. And if you want to have your main business be vending machines, that's awesome. Like, good for you. Like, that's awesome. For me personally, I'm really just wanting to go in the side business. I want to buy back my time to be able to do bigger things. No disrespect to the TikTokers out there trying to make vending machine business and, like, you know, trying to promote and all that. Keep doing your thing. Number 4, it's about what the people want. It is not about what you want. It can be hard for some people, especially, you know, sometimes with me, I'm like, okay, I love this, but, you know, a lot of people don't. For example, I bought a solid amount of protein shakes with Fairlife, and I love Fairlife. I don't know who doesn't. Well, apparently the people at this business do not like Fairlife because I had to take it out for energy drinks. For example, I hate energy drinks. I mean, I just dislike energy drinks. You know, they're not really healthy for you, but that's just me. That is not them. It depends. Whoever your customer is going to be different what they want. So I realized, at least with my vending machine, they love energy drinks. So I stock it up with energy drinks. But if I just put a bunch of healthy stuff in there, they're not going to drink it. And I've realized that. So I took out some of the protein shakes. You know, they did buy, I think, 1 or maybe 2 Nuri. So they did like that, but they didn't like Fairlife. They never bought one single Fairlife. And I think I'm gonna take some more snacks out because they some of the snacks, like the blue Doritos, people just don't like it. I don't like it, so I can't really blame them. But just figure out what they want, and it takes, like I said, 1 to 3 months. And if you can't figure that out in 3 months, then you have a bigger problem going on. Love y'all. God bless. Be uncomfortable. Peace.